What's up, YouTube? It's your boy AyeQ back with another video. Listen, before we get into the video, let me just say thanks to all my subscribers. Thanks to everybody. Listen, we want to keep this thing growing. So if you guys appreciate the content, please take the time out right now and show some love and like and subscribe. Show your boy some love right now. All right, let's get into the video.
Here inside of my Hinge profile, I've only ever met one person off of this app, but here's what it looks like. My first picture is kind of like a cutesy, just smiling pic. I want it to be inviting and approachable. I talked about my love language, which is acts of service. I do also like gift giving, but I could only pick one, so I did acts of service. I've got my details, my age, my gender, my height, all of that. And then over to the right, it'll say where I live, so I'm just going to leave it right here, but it also says that I have a child and that I don't do drugs or smoke. So I want people to know that I have a kid. I just don't want his face on my dating profile because that's weird. Entrepreneur at e-commerce, that's what I do for a living, and I'm from Jersey. I wanted to do a full body pic so they kind of know what they are working with when they meet me in real life, or if they meet me in real life. Another face picture. This is just a conversation starter. Cereal goes in the bowl first, just so people can have something to say if they don't know how to approach. This is a picture of me in Spain, and I wanted to just have something there so they know that I do like to travel. Effort cannot be forced. You either put it in or you don't. I want them to know that they cannot come at me lazy. You're going to have to put in the work, sir. And I need them to know that right up front. This picture is from when I was in Dallas with my best friend for my birthday, and then a gym picture so they know that I like to work out. So I want to give them a little bit to know about me without having to explicitly say, I like this, I like that. I want them to kind of be able to pick that up through the things that I've written in my profile. Come back for part 2 so you can see the types of guys that typically like me on this app.
Now look, fellas, I always tell you guys, you're not going to find any quality women on a dating app. The only women that you are going to find on a dating app is low quality women. The women who men don't really check for in real life. See, the thing about a dating app is this: a woman could create an illusion very easy on a dating app to fool a fool. That's why most of the women that you meet on dating apps are usually catfish. It's a reason why they are on a dating app, bro. Now, this right here is the profile of a bird. How do I know? She said her love language is acts of service or gift given. This is the bird who is hungry. This is the bird who just want a free meal. She loves to travel. See, the signs are always there. If a woman love language is acts of service, you gotta give her gifts in order for her to feel love, in order for her to fake love you. So this is why I always say the signs are always there.
We are inside of my likes, and this is where anyone who's interested in you can send you a message. Also, what you'll notice is that there are roses that people can send you, and roses, I think, are actually a paid feature through Hinge. So they're basically wanting you to see them and message them back because they're putting a little bit more effort into being noticed by you. Fun fact, this guy Greg up here, I ran into him in real life at a lounge here in Vegas. I didn't realize it was him until I got back on the app and I put 2 and 2 together. So it's just very random that we actually met in person. But here are some of the people who are interested, and I normally don't respond back unless someone really catches my eye as I'm scrolling. There's no one here who is jumping out to me, except there is one person that I would consider messaging back. So I'm going to scroll up to show you guys, and you guys let me know what you think about him. So it's this guy here. His name is Marquise. His initial message says, "You are the most gorgeous woman on this app." And I still think that's an understatement. It would be an honor to get to know you, queen. Can we talk? I love that initial message because it's more elevated than just a basic, hey, how are you? How you doing today? Those are very just kind of boring. And so this took a little bit more effort. And so I appreciate the energy that he put behind it. He's got a beard. The beard connects. So we love that. He's putting here that the first round is on him if you can name what sports he played growing up. I think that's Cool that he's talking about his childhood or his past. I would guess football or basketball. Basketball because he is 6'8", honey. This is a tall man. And I love that because I'm 5'7". And so, a guy that's 6 foot, if I wear some heels, we're the same height, which is fine. But, every girl wants to feel tiny and cute next to her man. So I love that he's so tall. He says that he smokes sometimes, which I don't know if it's really sometimes or if it's all the time. I wouldn't know until I met him. And it says that he's Muslim and not political. No issues there. However, it does not say what he does for work. And that is always kind of a red flag to me because what do you do for money, boo?
Listen, a bird main concern will always be how much money does a man make. Okay, that's what a bird cares about. She don't really care about what he does for a living. No, she don't care. He could be a scammer, he could be a rapper, he could be a doctor, he could be all she wants you to do is take her on dates and provide her free meals. Take her shopping, take her overseas. That's all a bird cares about. And here's the thing about women like this. They probably meet at least 4 different dudes a month on these apps. They be running through dudes. So it's hard for a bird to really commit to any man that she meet on a dating app because she's drowned by her options. So once that man does something she don't like, back to the streets. I don't need you. I got a list of tricks right here.
Just relax.
How y'all doing today? Everyone, sorry. How y'all doing? My name is Mark. I'm from Philadelphia. I moved out here to Vegas last year. And I've known this woman, Abby, for 2 months. And I completely fell in love with this girl. I just want to let everybody know that she's the most important woman in my life right now. And just wanted to be known. So thank you. Thank you.
Fellas, this is how it looks when a bird thinks she found a sucker. Okay? Like, you see her face, she's like, he's on my joint. He want me so bad. I got him. And especially the way she spoke about him.
Okay, so by now you guys have seen Mark's version of how things met, and it was pretty accurate, but I'll tell you guys how it was for me. He's right, we met in June last year, and we met on Hinge. I don't know, dating apps can definitely be hit or miss, and I felt like I didn't know where it was gonna go. I didn't know where it was gonna go.
Before that, dating apps.
Dating apps can be hit or miss.
It's a hit.
It was a hit here, but it could be
okay,
for every hit, it's like 8 misses, okay? I know. Anyway, we met on Hinge. We had a very brief conversation on there, and then he asked me for my Instagram. We moved over there, and for a couple of months, we were just like casually following each other on Instagram. Nothing crazy. I feel like we didn't even have conversation much. It was more so just like swipe ups on the story. And at a certain point, Mark started to ask me out, like you said, and that was true. He was asking me kind of last minute, and for me, I just felt like I wanted something more serious. Like if I was gonna actually move forward with like dating someone, I wanted to feel like they were being intentional with me. So even though the last minute dates, both of them actually wanted to come. I think I was only busy for the first one, and I think I lied and said I was busy for the second one. Because I didn't want him thinking that he could just ask me the day of, and I was just gonna be like ready to drop everything and go. So I was like, I'm busy. And that's when he was like, okay, I'm gonna plan something out.
Yeah, because I went straight to the first date, so.
Yeah. And he asked me for my number in a really, really cute way.
You can tell him.
You look like you're cringe.
This is how it sounds when a bird thinks she found a sucker. She will always try her best to shame him, put him down. She will never uplift him. She will never big him up. Because if you listen to her, she said, I stood him up not once, but twice. How disrespectful. And then she's bragging about it to the world. She's letting the world know that, yeah, I made him put in work. And after I saw this, I was like, she found a sucker. But I might have been wrong. But nevertheless, this bird started doing bird stuff.
Oh, shit! I said smell good as shit. What the hell she get in here?
She started popping up on dude. Listen, that's kind of wild, bro. Mind you, this man just met this chick on a dating app. He's probably just trying to get some puss. But all of a sudden they go together and she's popping up. It was getting kind of crazy. Should she even introduce this man to her kid?
Y'all, my boyfriend is meeting my 4-year-old for the first time and my anxiety is through the roof. Now, they have spoken on FaceTime, but
This right here is scary, fellas. This is why, as a man, you gotta be very selective when it comes to choosing the right woman to have kids with. You gotta take your time with that. You gotta try your best to get to know that woman because you don't want to have kids with a woman who is gonna have random men around your kids that she met on a dating app. Just think about that, bro. And when it comes to these women, their life on the dating app is like a cycle. They meet these dudes, have fun, get a few free meals, then find a way to return back to the streets when it slows down. That's the worst thing you could do, bro, is to give a bird mad options. She's gonna go crazy. She wouldn't know which guy to commit to. So women like this don't know how to really commit to a man for real, for real. But nevertheless, so just like a bird, she returned back to the streets.
I had a video go viral here on TikTok regarding my relationship, and I just found out that I was cheated on. This is something that's super fresh, and I am really struggling with it, so that's why I'm making this. The feeling of betrayal in a relationship by someone you've trusted and care about so much is something that only people who have been through it can relate to. And in these initial days, I found myself asking if anything I was told was ever even true. I've tried so hard to understand the why behind it all. Why the lies? Why the cheating? Why wasn't I good enough? And even though I'm self-aware enough to know that I was never the problem and that this was not my fault, it still doesn't make it hurt any less. I've been so blessed to have found a community and support system here on TikTok, and it's literally felt like you guys have been my virtual sisters through this process. It makes me sick to know just how many of you know exactly what I'm going through because you've been through it yourselves. So thank you to every single person who has been vulnerable and left their own stories or given me words of encouragement. And for anyone who is going through the same thing that I am in this very moment, know that you are strong and know that you're going to make it through. And shout out to my friend Harmony for coming over with all of these goodies and treats and just having a good old girl chat with me on the couch. It was exactly what I needed, and I'm just taking it day by day. Everything is a process, and I'm grateful that you're here for the journey.
The life of a bird. Look, fellas, just don't be a victim out here. I keep telling you all, at some point, a bird always makes her way back to the streets. Now, here's the thing about dating apps. Dating apps give these birds exactly what they need in a very small space of time. Instant gratification is what these birds are chasing. These birds are only chasing a fun time and a good time. Once they get with a man and the fun time slows down, the dates slows down, a bird is going to return back to the streets. Now, whatever her excuses for returning back to the streets is on you to pay attention to it. Okay? Because this is the man this chick just met. You just met this dude. Stop it. He cheated? Look, the thing about a bird will always play the victim role. Okay, she will never take accountability. She will always, well, yeah, he cheated on me. And look, fellas, be wise out here, bro. Just be wise out here. The signs are always there. All right, that's just the bottom line.
If you haven't yet, go get you some of that merch. Y'all already know, don't feed the birds. That's what it is. We don't feed the birds over here. So if you rock with your boy, go get you some of that good merch.